So this is Boys and Girls Club video from week 7. I went on November 12th. I accidentally wrote on the log that it was November 13th, but that's wrong because it was definitely November 12th. It was a Monday. I double checked. So I remember on this day going, and it was one of the more tame weeks. Like, not really much happened because there weren't a lot of kids there that day. I'm not sure why. Like, I kind of asked like my coworker, and she's like, "Oh, I don't know. Like, I guess it's just a day where no one showed up." And so it was a pretty calm day. I remember this unit, like this kids lit unit, they started talking about a book that was in Arabic, or not in Arabic, but it was about a character from Egypt who spoke like and wrote with Arabic. And I remember the teacher was like showing them like the alphabet, or like showing them the words and everything, and she was like, "What is that? That's not English." And they were like, one of the kids was like, "That's Chinese." And she was like, "No, it's not quite Chinese." And then another kid was like, "Oh, I know, it's Japan." And she was like, "No, not quite. It's the language that they use in Europe, or not Europe, Egypt." And so the kids were like, "What? Like, what's Egypt?" And she was like, "Oh, like, the pyramids and like Egypt." And they were like, "Oh, yeah, we totally know what Egypt is." And so they were learning about that. Like, you're learning about Arabic, which I think is very interesting to learn about as kindergarten and first graders, because I like they use like the subsequent like weeks, like the next following like 2 weeks, they were learning about Arabic and using the Arabic alphabet. And I think that was interesting just because like I definitely never had that experience when I was in school. Like, not even like going to school on a military fort where there were people from all over the world. Like, I just never really learned. I don't think I knew what Arabic was until I was in like middle school. So I thought that was very interesting that for them to learn about. They definitely found it very interesting, and they got to like, they were like looking at the alphabet up on the board, and they were trying to compare it to our alphabet, and they were like, "Look, there's like, this one has this many letters and ours has this many letters." And like they were like sounding out each of the letters and like everything, and it was really interesting to watch them like interact with another language that they never have like interacted with before. So I thought that was really interesting, and how they were just like so ready to like embrace it and like learn about it. But yeah, that was an interesting week. That was a really fun week for just observation. But